There are 5 types of people who can ruin your entire day without technically committing a crime. The one-upper, the human podcast, the professional victim, the main character, and the person who says, "I'm just being honest," right before they say something that should have remained trapped inside their skull. And before you start naming your friends, calm down. There is a very high chance one of these is you. Starting with the one-upper. The one-upper cannot listen to a story without turning it into a competition. You tell him, "Bro, I only slept for 4 hours last night." And then he says, "4 hours? I slept 11 minutes in 2017 and worked a 12-hour shift." Alright, Batman, congratulations. You tell him you hurt your back. He has no spine. You tell him your dog died. His entire bloodline was eliminated during the winter. There is nothing you can experience that this man has not experienced harder, longer, and in 4K resolution. And the worst part is, you can't even catch him lying because he keeps escalating until the story becomes impossible to investigate. I actually used to play professional football. Really? For who? It was a private team. Where? Overseas. Which country? You wouldn't know it. Of course I wouldn't. The nation vanished after you left. The one-upper does not want the conversation. He wants a podium. And somehow, even when the topic is trauma, he still needs the gold medal. Then we have the human podcast. This person asks you one question and then holds you hostage for 40 minutes. You ask him, "How was work?" That was your first fucking mistake. Now you're getting episode 7 of a series you never subscribed to. So basically, my manager came in at 8:43. Usually, he comes in at 8:39, so I immediately knew something was wrong. Brother, skip the lore, get to the murder. They explain every conversation word for word, every facial expression, every cup of coffee, every chair inside the building. And you can't escape because they keep adding fake endings. So yeah, that was basically it. Good, alhamdulillah. Except for one thing. You had your chance, the episode's over, roll the credits. And they never notice when you stop listening. You could replace yourself with a cardboard cutout and they would still continue the conversation. I know this because... Okay, I have been the human podcast. Sometimes I start explaining something and halfway through I can see the other person's soul leaving their body. But I've already committed. We are both finishing the story now. Next is the professional victim. The professional victim has never caused a single problem in their entire life. Every boss is jealous, every friend is fake, every ex is insane, every teacher hated them, every consequence was an attack. At some point, you really have to investigate the common denominator. If you walk into 109 countries and get kicked out of every single one, maybe stop blaming the countries. This person does not want advice. Do not make that mistake. They'd say some dumb shit like, "I'm always broke." And you say, "Maybe stop ordering food every single day." Now you're controlling. They say, "My relationship is toxic." You say, "Then leave." Now you do not understand love. They say, "Nobody respects me." You reply, "Maybe screaming at everybody is part of the issue." Now you are exactly like everybody else. They're not looking for a solution. They're collecting witnesses. They want you to sit there, nod slowly, and confirm that the universe formed a private committee dedicated to ruining their Tuesday. And if you disagree with them once, congratulations, you've joined the villain cast. Then there's the main character. The main character believes every public space is their private film set. They put a tripod in the middle of a supermarket and get angry when somebody walks by. What the fuck did you expect? You're filming beside the onions. This is not Hollywood. Move! Then they stare at strangers like the strangers interrupted them. No, you interrupted civilization. Main characters also cannot experience a small inconvenience normally. The waiter brings the wrong drink. A normal person would say, "Sorry, I ordered something different." The main character opens the camera. "You guys will not believe what just happened to me." Calm down. You received a Sprite. You did not survive a home invasion. They treat basic life events like episodes in a documentary. Come spend a productive morning with me. You woke up, you brushed your teeth, you bought an iced coffee. Humanity will remember this day forever. And before anybody says I'm doing the same because I have a YouTube channel, that's different. I'm not the main character. I'm the narrator, which is worse. Now we reach the worst one. The person who uses honesty as a permission to be unbearable. They always announce it first. "I am just a brutally honest person." That sentence has never been followed by anything useful. Nobody says, "I'm brutally honest. You are doing a good job and I respect your discipline." It's always some dumb shit like, "I'm brutally honest. Your forehead looks strange from the side. Thank you, doctor." Life-changing diagnosis. They say things nobody asked them to say, then hide behind honesty when people react. "I'm just telling the truth." No, you're delivering an unwanted opinion with the confidence of a court ruling. Honesty without purpose is just noise. If your friend is about to make a terrible decision, be honest. If your friend has food stuck in his teeth, be honest. If a stranger is enjoying his meal and suddenly you feel the need to say, "That looks disgusting," you're not honest. You're just emotionally unemployed. And these people are always the most sensitive when the honesty comes back. They will insult your clothes, your job, your relationships, and your entire genetic structure. But you say, "You talk too much." Now they need space to process that betrayal. Apparently, honesty is only beautiful when they're holding the weapon. But there is one type worse than all 5. The person who recognized everybody in this video except themselves. You watched the one-upper section and thought of Muhammad. You watched the victim section and thought of your cousin. You watched the main character section and remembered somebody from your school. At no point did your brain say, "Wait, I do that." That is how these people survive. Nobody wakes up and thinks, "Today, I will be completely insufferable." They think everybody else is the problem. And don't get me wrong, I'm not excluding myself. I have interrupted people. I have dragged stories longer than they deserved. I have blamed things that were clearly my fault. I have turned minor inconveniences into speeches. I'm even currently speaking into a microphone because I believe strangers need to hear my opinions. I am clearly not innocent. The difference is whether you notice it before everybody quietly stops inviting you anywhere. Because your friends probably will not tell you. They'll just create a second group chat. And you will eventually notice everybody has memories from an event you were never even told existed. That's when the investigation begins. So before you send this video to the most annoying person you know, watch it one more time. There's a chance they already sent it to somebody else. And that somebody else was you.